This is the Radio Dog Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show with Kentucky boys Tim Batts and Josh Williams. Tim is a music promoter, radio host, and passionate bluegrasser, and Josh is a 20-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year. This podcast is all about bluegrass music, where they swap stories, crack jokes, and pick on each other. Josh even plays a song or two in each episode. Plus, they sit down with bluegrass artists and insiders for interviews you won't hear anywhere else. It's music, it's laughs, it's all things bluegrass, right here on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Now, here are your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show. We appreciate you being here with us this week. It is a beautiful day here in Western Kentucky, the heart of bluegrass music, where it all started, right here in the Bluegrass State. And my fellow companion, Josh Williams, is not with me this week. He is extremely under the weather, so y'all say a prayer for him, and hopefully he can get back up and at 'em again. But I got a special co-host with me today, my dear friend and fellow festival companion, Lindsay Bowles.
Hello, I'm very excited to be here.
She is Ballard County's Kentucky's #1 bluegrass fan.
Yes.
So we're excited. She and I, just to give you a little bit of backstory, and we'll talk more, but we are working together to do the Bluegrass on the Bluff Festival coming up June the 6th at Columbus-Belmont State Park. And she and I have been working feverishly to make it happen. So anyway, but I'll let her introduce herself and her title in just a minute. But first of all, just wanted to thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. It's been a really wild last few weeks with everything going on with us, and our 100th episode at the Grand Ole Opry was a blast. We just had so much fun doing that backstage at the Grand Ole Opry with Rhonda Vincent, and had a great time with that. That was super fun to do, and had a lot of fun. It was an experience. Have you ever been to the Grand Ole Opry, Lindsay?
I have, yes.
Have you? Did you go to the Ryman or did you go to the Opry House over?
I've been to both.
Have you? Cool.
Yep. I've actually been to the Ryman probably 5 times, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was all to see the same artist.
Yeah.
Billy Strings.
Of course, yeah. She's a big Billy Strings fan. But it's funny, your taste in bluegrass music is funny because you're like, I think, and tell me if I'm out of line here, but I think your two biggest artists are Billy Strings and Larry Sparks.
Yep, that's about it. Yeah.
That's like the opposite ends of the bluegrass spectrum, as far as styles it goes. But hey, that's what bluegrass is all about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty cool. So, before we get too far in, tell everybody what your title is. What's your job?
Yeah, so my job is the director for the Kentucky Great River Road. So we are a nonprofit organization, and our job is to promote the Great River Road in Kentucky, which, for those of you who don't know, the Great River Road is a national scenic byway that follows the Mississippi River from Minnesota all the way down to Louisiana.
Itasca, Minnesota is where the Mississippi River starts. I just happen to know that useless information. And it starts as a spring that you can actually step over. So, but anyway, I've been there filming before. So, but anyway, yeah, that's so awesome. And that's a big job responsibility. You also are the local Ballard County Chamber Director, which keeps you busy as well. But
Yep.
So kind of twofold there. But the perfect fit for the idea for the festival that I had, and we've teamed up. And of course, we've known each other. Our families have for years, and both live here in Ballard County, Kentucky. And so anyway, but we'll talk more about the festival here in a minute. And so just want to again thank you guys for making our latest few episodes of a huge success. We've had so much fun bringing all this great new content to you. Josh and I have been working hard to come up with new interviews and lots of great things. We had the great Kenny Smith on last week. If you're familiar with bluegrass music, I'm sure you've heard of Kenny and Amanda Smith. Of course, Kenny, played and sang with Lonesome River Band years ago and back in the 90s and on, but he and his wife Amanda are a great duet, and he was just a great interview. And then so that was episode 101. This is episode 102, and lots of great things coming. I'm working hard at trying to turn this audio-only podcast into a video podcast, so I'm not sure you guys want to see mine and Josh's face, but it seems to be what everybody's wanting, and I think it'd be good because Josh, obviously being one of the best guitar players in the world, and people want to see him play and hear him sing and all that. So, and lots of other fun stuff we do. So we're working on that as well. So if you just absolutely do not want to see us on video, write us in and let us know, and we'll take that into consideration. But anyway, we'll see if I can keep up with the production value of it as well. So, but anyway, we are cruising right along. We got some great new sponsors, some really cool things. I want to go ahead and right off the bat let you guys know about a great partnership we have with Hopeless Holler Trading Company. They are an online merchandise retailer. Great folks there, Nathan and Lisa, that own that. Have done a fabulous job with a lot of artists. They're big into bluegrass music, and they have become one of our sponsors and collaborators, and we now have an online merchandise store that we are super excited about, and you can find that on hopelessholler.com.shop. I'm sorry. Got to get used to that. But Hopeless Holler Trading Company is hopelessholler.shop because you're shopping, and just slash Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. Under the tab collections, there's all the different artists and folks that they collaborate with. And of course, I'll share the link on our Facebook page. But we now have shirts and hats and stickers, and we have a really cool 20-ounce, what we're calling the podcast tumbler. It has a Bluetooth speaker built into the bottom of this cup. So you can have your favorite beverage of choice while listening to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast or your favorite bluegrass music. So you need to head on over to hopelessholler.shop and go to collections and Hometown Bluegrass Show and buy some Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast merchandise. So, but we do appreciate them and all their support for that. So anyway, so we're here mainly on this episode to talk about the festival coming up June the 6th at Columbus-Belmont. Just a quick backstory. I was part of a local leadership program where we were visiting different places in Western Kentucky and how to bring tourism and different things to our part of the state, which you and I both love. Our end of the state sometimes doesn't get noticed like the central and other parts of the states with all the big cities and stuff. But anyway, we were touring Columbus-Belmont Park, which is only about 25 miles from where I grew up. So I've been there many times, but this is a beautiful park. This is one of the few state parks in the state of Kentucky and only one of 3 in Western Kentucky. And so it's the furthest west state park that there is in Kentucky. But this is an old Civil War historic battleground, and it sits atop a big bluff overlooking the Mississippi River. And you can look over and see Missouri, and just a beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful park, very well maintained. The staff there, Mr. Lee does a great job taking care of it, and the place is always immaculate. But this park is amazing. They've got a beautiful campground. They've got an amazing museum and gift shop with a great guy in there that loves bluegrass music and can give you the tour and talk bluegrass music with you. They've got a great little restaurant, or they call it the Snack Shack. Lots of beverages, and I think they're very well known for their corn dogs.
Yep, they're called Quickie Dogs
Quickie
down
dogs,
there.
yes. So can't wait to have a Quickie dog at the festival. And but anyway, just a really neat place. They've got putt-putt and all that'll be open for our festival. And so anyway, I was there with this leadership program, and we were touring the place, and my mind wasn't really thinking about what the instructor was saying because I was thinking, what a beautiful place for a bluegrass music festival. And so they also have a convention center there on site as well. That's where their administrative offices are. And then they've got a big room for meetings, and they've got a gift shop in there and really nice restrooms and just a really cool place. And so I'm thinking, man, we need to have a music festival here. So anyway, I don't know how many days, not too many days after that, I text you and I said, look, what do you think about this? And you were like, yes.
Yes.
So we have worked hard and put it off longer than we wanted to. We kind of wanted to do this last year, but we didn't want to rush it. We wanted it to be good and we wanted it to be thorough. And so we finally set a date of June the 6th, got with the park and their leadership. And they have a big event in the fall. It's called Civil War Days. And it's apparently a really big event. I've never been able to attend, but they do Civil War reenactments, they have camping and, all kind of encampments and everything. So, but I hear it's a really neat thing. But they wanted another event kind of off schedule of that. So we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. So are you getting excited?
I'm super excited about it. This is, like Tim said, it's been in the works for a while. And it's really cool to see it all come to fruition and all the hard work that we've put into it. And we've gotten super, super good feedback. Yeah. Our Facebook event has well over 1,000 people interested. We have it located on another website with over 1,000 interested on it on that website. So I'm super excited. And I think it's going to be a really, really good event and something that we can continue to do in the future.
Yeah, that's what I hope too, is that we can continue to bring this every year to Columbus-Belmont Park and make it an annual event. So there's a lot of great bluegrass festivals out there. And if you're on the fence about bluegrass music, if you just like, well, I kind of like it, but you've never really seen it live, well, let me tell you, that's where you'll get hooked on bluegrass music, is coming to a live event. And we've worked really hard, and Lindsay has done a great job of, we've been able to make this a free event. So you don't even have to buy tickets. All you have to do is show up. And through great sponsorships and different things, we've been able to, and donations, we've been able to make this a free festival. So who's been the most, or some of the most integral parts of allowing us to be able to have this as a free festival?
Yeah, so Kentucky State Parks is actually helping us put this on. We're very, very grateful for that. When I presented this to them, they were like all in. They're like, this is awesome. We love how it's at one of our locations that's, really important in history, but also we understand how important bluegrass music is to the history of Kentucky as well. So getting to tie the two together, they were all in for that. So Kentucky State Parks, we have premier portable buildings. They were also super into it. I would assume that, the guys there are big bluegrass fans because they were all over it when I talked to them about it. So those two are really helping us put it on. We've got lots of other great sponsors, though, that are, we're very enthusiastic and super quick to support. And I hope that, we can continue to keep them in the future and even add on more sponsors after this first one.
Of course, the Great River Road organization that you're the director of has been a huge supporter as well. So you guys have a board of directors, and they're all on board. And we formed a committee to do this festival, and I think a lot of those people were board members for your organization too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When Tim reached out to me, I absolutely was like 100% yes. With me being a bluegrass lover, I always thought it would be really cool to put on something with bluegrass one day, but I never was really sure if I would have enough help, or I was just really nervous about it because it's a big task. But once Tim approached me, I was like, oh yeah, me and Tim can work together really good and we can make this happen. And we have. My board was super excited about it, and they loved the idea of us hosting our own event. A lot of tourism organizations, mainly just do a lot of marketing. But getting to host our own event and that be something that, we're known for and that we can continue to do in the future. Everyone on board was on board.
Yeah. Well, GRRO, which is the acronym for GRRO, Great River Road Organization, we will from herefore out call it GRRO. So just keeping you up in lawyer terms or whatever. But anyway, GRRO has other events that you do during the year, but hopefully this will become the biggest event that you guys do. You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Just seeing, we haven't even had the festival, and it's already really popular, and people are talking about it. And I, go to the grocery store, and people are like, "Hey, we're super excited about the festival," or, it's very good to hear that people are responding to it well, and we haven't even had one yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just like imagining how excited people are going to be after the festival, because there's a lot more people that like bluegrass around here than you think.
Yeah, there is, and we are passionate about the state of Kentucky and Western Kentucky specifically, but what we call the 4 river counties, which are the counties that are the farthest west in Kentucky that border the river. Ballard is the most furthest north where we live, and then Carlisle, and then Hickman and Fulton counties. And the park is just literally right out of Carlisle County into Hickman County. And so we're just kind of right in the middle of all of these areas that really don't get a lot of tourism. There's really not a lot to do. We're a very rural area, a lot of farmland. And we're sitting here in the Batch studio looking out the window at farming going on literally right now across the street. And so it's there's just not a lot to do in that way. So we wanted to bring some type of festival or event. There's other festivals down in Fulton County has a big festival, the Chicken Festival, or that's in Hickman County, right?
Yes,
in Clinton.
yes.
And then Fulton has the, what is it?
Banana
Festival. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So we want to compete with the Banana Festival and the Chicken Festival.
Yeah, I don't like bananas. I love chicken, but I really love bluegrass. So I think it's top tier.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's funny. Who don't like bananas? Golly.
I can't. And for those of you wondering why in the world there's a banana festival in Fulton, Kentucky, well, back in the day, the trains would load up with bananas to take them all over the U.S., and Fulton was one of their stops that they would re-ice down the bananas.
Oh, well.
Yep.
I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I'll be darned.
So that's where it comes from.
Well, that is a pretty neat thing. I always wondered. I'd always heard of the Banana Festival, but didn't know.
It's pretty big. It's a pretty big event. I've gotten to go down to it, and it's free also. They have a lot of sponsors, and they always bring in an artist on the last night, and they have a big free show. And that was really important to us with the Bluegrass Festival, was that it was free.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. We both agreed that logistically it's so hard to try to sell tickets, and there's always these fees, and how do you sell them, and how it's just a lot to it. So anytime you can provide a free festival, logistically it's easier, and of course it's way better on the person attending because they get to come for free. So, but we do want to support all of our sponsors and people who help make that happen. So we ask that you do that for sure. So, well, we're going to take a quick break real quick to speaking of sponsors and paying bills. We got to take care of that. But then when we come back, we're going to talk about the itinerary of the day and go through the bands that are going to be performing and do all that. So hang with us, and we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Josh Williams for Page Capos. The Page Capo is lightweight, durable, and quickly attaches and allows you to change frets with ease. With controlled tension capabilities, Page Capo always stays in tune. But don't just take my word for it. Page Capos is also used by folks like Vince Gill, Ron Block, Tim O'Brien, Cody Kilby, Tommy Emanuel, and James Taylor. So don't trust just any capo. Use what the pros use. Listen to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast for your chance to win a Page Capo on every episode. Do what I do and trust Page Capos. Order online at pagecapo.com.
The Lake House Inn at Sled Creek has undergone complete renovation in 2023. Our outdoor space is unlike any other at Kentucky Lake. With 2 in-ground pools, 18 rooms, and 4 cabins, we're just a stone's throw away from Kentucky Dam. If you're looking to make memories with your family, this nostalgic inn is for you. Welcome to your lake house, where modern meets rustic and becomes home. Reserve online at lakehouseinn.com.
Howdy, friends. I'm Banjo Ben Clark, and you're listening to my good buddies Tim Batts and Josh Williams on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. You've tuned in because you like valuable conversation about the world's best music. And if you want more good stuff like that, come on over to my website, banjobenclark.com, where you can learn how to play and purchase anything you might need when it comes to bluegrass-related instruments and accessories. My Gold Pick members over there can access hundreds of lessons for banjo, guitar, and mandolin, with all kinds of resources to help you move on down the road with your picking skills. And if you're looking to purchase something, the deals can't be beat at Banjo Ben's General Store. All there on the same website, banjobenclark.com. Now back to the show.
This is the Radio Dog Podcast Network.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We do appreciate you listening. It's a great day here in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky, and I'm here with my dear friend Lindsay Bowles, and she's the director for the Great River Road organization, and that's who we've partnered up with Bats Music and Media to put on this great festival coming up, Bluegrass on the Bluff, which is June the 6th of this year, 2026, at Columbus-Belmont State Park in Columbus, Kentucky. So be sure and mark your calendars now. When this podcast comes out, there'll be 3 weeks. Lindsay, can you believe it?
Nope.
3 weeks away. It seems like forever when we started this. We thought, oh my gosh, it'll never get there. And here we are, 3 weeks away for sure. So it is hard to believe getting potential spam calls as we try to record here. But anyway, I wanted to talk real quick about, let everybody know what to expect for the day. It's just a one-day festival starting out this year. We wanted to keep things as simple as we could, but still make it a great experience for everybody. And we wanted to let everybody know that it'll be a great day. So things are going to kick off about 11 a.m. And we plan to kick the festival off at 11. We'll just have kind of like an open prayer. We'll have a national anthem. One cool part about this festival is we have the 52nd Regimental String Band coming to perform for us, which is a Civil War era bluegrass band. They dress the parts from back in the Civil War days, and they play those type of instruments and that type of music that you might have heard in the late 1800s, and pretty cool. I've seen some videos of them. I haven't got to meet them in person yet, but we're going to have them kick off with a couple of tunes, just kind of set the mood for where we're at. So, but it'll be pretty cool. So, and at 11:30, the Watershed Ramblers will take off, and you know those guys, right?
Yeah, I do. Alex, I can't even say his last name. I'd mess it up.
Yeah.
Gotchlich.
Yeah,
Maybe I said that right. Yeah. He's one of my good friends. I actually met from Billy Strings.
Oh.
I met going to shows, and
Gotcha.
We've gotten to go on different trips together, and I've gone to see Billy at the Ryman 3 times with Alex and our friend group, so he's a good friend. But he started Watershed Ramblers, I'd say probably about a year or 2 ago. Him up in Indiana, he got a group of guys together, and they play, I would say, kind of a wide range of bluegrass. They'll play some Tony Rice, and then they might play String Cheese Incident. Like, they kind of have a little bit of jam to them, but still some old school bluegrass sound. So I think they're going to bring a really fun kind of atmosphere with our Bluegrass Festival. That was kind of important to me too, as, younger people like kind of more of the jam grass. So, having that sound, but not, we don't have all of it, but having some of it blended with the old school bluegrass, that was kind of important to me. So, and of course he's my friend, so I would love to have him come, and it's the first time they're getting to play in Kentucky too.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you say String Cheese something?
String Cheese Incident.
Is that a name of one of their songs?
No, it's a bluegrass. Well, I say bluegrass band, but it's a jam grass.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of string cheese, that takes us to our next band,
Yeah.
which the connection will be the Dalton Harper Band, which was originally slated to play at 4 o'clock, right before the headliners of Southern Legacy. But because his sister Hannah Harper just won American Idol last week, which that's what brought us to String Cheese, was the song that got her up and famous, her original song, String Cheese. But anyway, Dalton will be coming with the Dalton Harper Band. And we originally tried to get Hannah to join him, but she's obviously very busy now. and speaking of busy, that's the reason we had to move him to 1 p.m. was because he's got to go back to Arkansas. They live in Missouri, so he's got to come to Kentucky, play at 1, then go to Arkansas and play with her at a festival later that evening. So
busy day.
Yeah, he's going to have a busy day, but that'll be the Dalton Harper Band. Dalton is a great guy, just a dear friend of mine. His daddy, who you probably saw on American Idol, crying and wearing his overalls when his daughter won and all that, Mr. Galen Harper, he'll be playing banjo with us, so he'll be there. And and they're just amazing guys. They've got a great bluegrass feel, kind of almost an old country feel too at times. And Dalton has played with great bands like Cedar Hill, and just amazing musician and singer for sure. So Dalton the Harper Band will play at 1, and then after that we will have the Sugar Mules, and the Sugar Mules are a great band. I forget where they're from. Do you remember?
They're from Cleveland.
Cleveland,
Ohio.
Yes. They're they kind of have a spot between traditional and innovation music. High energy performances and great songwriting, and they kind of blend traditional and progressive bluegrass with that Americana, little bit of a country kind of feel. So
They've got dobro.
And they have a dobro in their band. Absolutely, yes. Got to have a good dobro. It gives it that little bit of a country twang as well. So, but the Sugar Mules will be playing at 2:30. After that, the local band to us, they are from Paducah, Kentucky. The Wheelhouse Rousters are a great Americana bluegrass band that are very popular in this area, and I wanted to have them because they really bring a crowd with them when they play anywhere. And all those guys are great, fabulous guys, amazing musicians, and just super people. So, their banjo player and lead singer Nathan Lynn is a great guy. He's a historian also. He works for the McCracken County Library. He knows the history of rivers and music and Kentucky like nobody I've ever met. And so, which leads me to let you know that we're going to have what we're going to call kind of workshops or breakout sessions in between each band. So you'll be able to, while we swap over the stage and get ready for the next band, we're going to have the Regimental String Band is going to do little demonstrations on the Civil War instruments. And then Nathan and his son Sam, who's an amazing guitar player as well, they're going to do a little breakout session about bluegrass music and the history of Kentucky and rivers. And then they're going to play at 4 p.m. And that brings us to our headliner band, my cohort and dearest friend Josh Williams in their all-star band Southern Legacy, which will round out the show as our headliner, and they'll start about 5:30 and take us to about 7 o'clock. So, and by then you and I will be tarred.
Yep, we sure will be.
But the festival will close around 7. So really from about 11 to 7, it's going to be a good 8-hour day of great music, fun, workshops, great food, fellowship, jam sessions. Throughout the day, we're going to have an open jam session area. We'll have one of the picnic pavilions in the shade where we'll be able to. I've got a guy leading that up who leads a local jam session here for the Jackson Purchase Friends of Bluegrass here in Western Kentucky, and those guys will be down there picking and grinning and jamming, and you can sit and watch or bring your instrument and play. That's what we do at bluegrass festivals. We want to play. So we're also going to have an area set up where we're going to have a bunch of instruments set up for kids to come and play. And I've got about 4 or 5 volunteers who are going to sit there with those kids and just show them how to play instruments. If you want to stop by and bring your kid and just show them, let them play a banjo or play a guitar or play a mandolin or whatever, we'll have people there that can help them and hopefully get them excited about playing bluegrass music. So that's what we want. So you used to take banjo lessons, didn't you?
I did for a hot sec.
Hot sec, yeah. So that's over now.
Yes.
Yeah,
I didn't have time to practice at home. I had time to go to lessons, but I didn't have time to practice.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you're a busy girl for sure. So, but anyway, well, cool. But that's going to be a great day. So June the 6th. I'm ready. I'm getting excited.
I am too.
We've got a merch tent going to be set up. We got lots of cool merch. Tell us about what all we're going to have for that.
Yep, we're going to have some koozies, some stickers. We've got event posters and T-shirts. We've got 2 different T-shirt designs. I got an email yesterday that they're ready to be picked up. So,
cool.
Tim, we're going to head to Paducah soon.
All right. I'm ready. We got to get some rugs for the stage.
Yep.
You can get your event poster and take it and have all the bands sign it and be a cool memento of the first ever Bluegrass on the Bluff at Columbus-Belmont Park. So we're excited. We have been working hard to try to make this a great festival for you guys, and the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast is going to be there. I'll be your your MC of the day, try to keep things going. We've got a great sound company going to be there, Metropolis Music and Media, with our friend Toby Glass will be running sound. Just lots of great things. The Snack Shack, Putt will be available all day. You can tour the grounds. I mean, there's actual foxholes and things. I mean, this place looks just like it came out of the Civil War. It's really cool. The museum and gift shop is a really neat place. They've got a whole history of the park, and it's really cool to see the old photographs. You're going to be literally sitting, as you listen to this music, on the bluff overlooking the Mississippi River, right beside the giant chain that they pulled out of the river years ago that they tried to stretch across to stop the Union boats from coming up and down the river. So just a cool thing, surrounded by cannons and just all kind of great stuff. So make plans now to come to the Bluegrass on the Bluff, Columbus-Belmont State Park, June the 6th. And we will be there to welcome you with open arms and great music. So
we've got some food trucks coming.
Yes.
We'll have the Snack Shack with the quickie dogs and burgers and fries and all kinds of different ice cream treats to keep you cool. Mm-hmm. We'll have free waters from First Community Bank. Those are until they last. Mm-hmm. We will have Kentucky Hillbilly Barbecue. They're going to have barbecue. I think she said they're going to bring some ribs. The Belmont, they're going to have kind of some lighter options, I believe some wraps and maybe some sort of Asian dish, and some lemonade. So
yes. And it is bring your own chair.
Yes.
And are people allowed to bring coolers in if they bring their own drinks or whatever they can?
Yes, right. We will not stop you. We'd love for you to support the local businesses, but if you want to haul your cooler in, that's totally fine. Be sure to check the weather. It's Kentucky, so it might be 30 that morning and then 80 in the afternoon. Surely it's not that extreme, but you never know. It's rain or shine.
That's for sure. You never know. What about pets? I forgot to ask.
No.
There's no pets available.
No pets.
No pets available. No pets allowed.
No pets, no golf carts, ATVs.
Right.
We'll have a parking team helping with parking, and so there'll be different places along the park, and we'll just kind of work from the front and work our way away from the stage. We'll have a shuttle there available for those who need it, as well as ADA. It's got a wheelchair lift, so if you've got someone in a wheelchair, then they can still come. We still got them. Yep.
It's concrete walkways all around. We'll be able to literally walk on the sidewalk right up to the stage and just pop a squat in the shade in the grass and enjoy some great music. So I think we've covered it all. Is that it?
I think so. We're waiting on a few things. We're going to update on our Facebook the map for the event so people kind of understand where everything's at. It's all pretty close together. We've got that coming, and we'll be posting the itinerary soon. So it's all coming together. And
on Facebook, they can find it at Bluegrass on the Bluff event. We have an event page, so we don't have an actual page, but it's an event page with all the information on there. You can also find out about it at bluegrassroadtrip.com. And just scroll to the festivals on Kentucky or go to the calendar, June the 6th. I'm looking at it now. We are actually the only ones that have a flyer on.
Good for us.
Yeah. All the festivals that they have listed here in June, it shows our flyer and nobody else. I'm not sure how that happened, but anyway, we'll have to thank her for that.
And another thing, too, that's kind of new to Western Kentucky and the Columbus area is Ingram Distillery.
Yeah.
They're going to be open that day doing tours and tastings.
Yes.
If
you're not familiar with that, tell them what it is. That's the barge on the river where they distill.
Yeah. It's a one-of-a-kind bourbon experience. They age their bourbon on the Mississippi River in a barge. Right. And so on the tour, you get to go down there and see the floating rick house. It's the only one like it.
Yep.
And so it's a really cool thing. That's how bourbon got started, was on the Mississippi River. So the fact that they're continuing that is a really cool thing. And they're going to be open all day, and they know that, we'll probably be sending some people over. So.
Yeah, and they're literally just right outside the park. So they're just right there. And so it's a really close thing and really cool to see. So you have to be sure and check that out as well. So if you're a fan of bourbon and love that, go check out Ingram's Distillery. So it's pretty cool. We've been inside those barges before, and it's just racks and racks of bourbon barrels floating on the river, just aging to perfection, I guess.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty neat. So, but anyway, so yeah, if you want to learn more, you can go to Hometown Bluegrass Show, our Facebook page, and send us a message. I'll be glad to help you. TimBatts.com. You can send me a message there. And any questions you have. But we want you there. We want you there. We need you there. We want you to come experience bluegrass music where it all started in Western Kentucky. So it's going to be fun. I'm ready. Are you?
I'm super pumped.
I know it. Just pray to good Lord for good day weather, and that's all we need to make it successful. I think we're ready other than that. So, but we can't control that.
No, one thing we can't control is one of the most important things.
I know it. That's right. So, but anyway, well, be sure and check us out at Hopeless Holler Trading Company. Go get your merch on there. You know, Josh and I end every episode with, if you got time to breathe, you got time for music, which is a famous saying from Briscoe Darling on the Andy Griffith Show. And we got a shirt on there. It has the Hometown Bluegrass Show logo on the front. And on the back, it says, if you got time to breathe, you got time for music. So be sure and go on there and check that out. And we'd love to have you purchase those and see you wear that to the Bluegrass on the Bluff Festival. So, but anyway, so anything else you want to add, Lindsay Lou?
No, I don't think so.
All right. We got this. We got a team. Give me a high five. We're going to do it.
Heck yeah.
That's right. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining us on episode 102 of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. We appreciate you so much. And remember, if you got time to breathe,
you got time to listen to music. Bye, y'all.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Thanks for spending some time with your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams. We hope you learned a little and laughed a lot. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode from the heart of bluegrass. Until next time, keep picking, keep grinning. Tim and Josh look forward to seeing you down the road.
This is the Radio Dog Podcast Network.